Coming up, you can listen to all sorts of podcasts, but you won't come across many that sound like this young man's.
And again, our temps will be climbing here. Widespread 60s tomorrow, near 70 Thursday and Friday. More coming up next.
You're watching the Evening Report at 6.
Podcasts are a popular listening option. The audio-based programs will help pass the time while driving or doing chores. You can find a podcast about just about anything, from true crime to parenting to fishing, cooking, and comedy. It's easier than ever to record your own podcast. All you really need is a smartphone. All that is good news, and so is the story behind a Bismarck State College student's podcast. Jody Kurzman introduces us to Kane Kaiser, whose podcast has become a way to share his life story and offer help and hope to others.
Hey guys, it's Kane Kaiser back again with another podcast.
Kane Kaiser's life is an open book.
This podcast today,
From childhood memories
my dog Alex,
to dreams for the
what's
future,
considered a super fan.
he shares it all
This podcast today is going
every week on his podcast,
my life,
Making a Kane-ection.
and it's about my life and having autism.
On this 6th episode of his podcast, Kane talks about his favorite year ever, 2008.
A lot of memories from this year.
Kane doesn't use any fancy equipment to record his podcast.
As part of 2008,
All he needs is his cell phone,
it was March 6th.
his earbuds,
Interesting.
and a quiet space.
I was born in 2001.
Each episode is about 15 to 20 minutes long.
Asked for a while, but not.
Kane doesn't have a script or even notes.
I remember going to Chuck E. Cheese.
He just
for my 7th
talks.
birthday. Bop it.
With each word he speaks,
That was a favorite of mine.
and each episode he records.
And it's either bop it.
Kane hopes he might be a voice for others with autism,
28th version.
and that his voice might bring more understanding.
I feel like there needs to be like more awareness of having autism and like more understanding.
While he works to build understanding,
Finals week is coming up.
he's also learned to accept himself,
Graphic designing.
autism and all.
It's what makes me unique in myself.
Turns out who he is
I mean, it'll be a good time to
is
like
someone pretty special and someone worth talking about.
Thank you guys for listening
In
as well.
Bismarck.
See you guys next week.
I'm Jody Kurzman,
Peace out.
reporting for your news leader.
Kane releases a new episode every Tuesday evening. You can listen to them all online, and we've got a link on our website.
Well, we have been waiting a long time for weather like this, Kevin.
Yeah, we certainly have. And by the way, Kane is quite the weather enthusiast. He came by the studio a couple of years ago, and it's good to stay in touch with him. Good to see that great work of his. And